What's up everyone, this is Ed Talenti. How are you guys doing? I've been meaning to do this video for the longest time, but I was like, I'm gonna hit 10K and then I'm gonna do it. Last week we hit 10K on Instagram, so here I am making this video. So here's a super quick story. I started posting on my Instagram consistently in November of 2017, so about a year and 3 months ago. And at the time I only had friends and family on there. I had like 300 followers, something like that. And by the end of 2018, I was about to reach 10K and I just hit it like a week and a half ago. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some things that I learned along this path and some things that I think are really important to grow on Instagram and some things that I wish I knew when I started. As always, I like to keep this streamlined. I'm not here to waste your time. So I divided this into 10 points that I think are going to be the 10 most helpful tips that I could come up with to help you grow your Instagram channel as fast as possible and in the most genuine way as possible. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Hit that bell so you can see my videos as soon as I post them. And yeah, we're growing the channel. It's going great. I'm really happy to see the engagement from you guys. I love it. Since we're talking about Instagram, I'm not even going to say it. Just go follow me. All right, that's enough talking. Let's get into the video. Here we go. So step number 1, show your face. What do I mean with this? People are used to seeing a lot of content on Instagram or really any other platform. So they're used to seeing like the cool visualizers. They're used to seeing like the thing with the speaker and your phone kind of like bouncing. And that's like fine for like a story or something. But for your main post, like, you know, the bread and butter of your channel, of your page, you have to show your face because you have to show your personality. Like one of the comments that I get the most is like, dude, you're enjoying this so much. I can see it in your face. That is so important because if you can like move another person from a distance, like show him your passion through your face and through your body language, man, that is huge. So show your face if you're not already doing it. Step 2 is define your brand. I tried like a million things on Instagram. I tried shooting videos in the studio. I tried shooting videos like focused on my launchpad or my push or whatever. I tried so many different types of videos. And then I remember this one day that I was just trying to shoot a video for a new beat that I made and just the studio didn't look good. I couldn't get a good light. It just looked unprofessional. It just didn't look good. And I was like, you know what? It's a nice day. It's like sunset. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna shoot this video right outside my studio. I went outside, I set up the camera, I set up all my stuff. I shot the video and I was like, man, this looks dope. This looks amazing. I posted it and you know, the numbers were really small because I just started, but I immediately saw a huge engagement compared to what I had before. I decided to make that my brand. And this is my second point. Define your brand. I don't like calling it a gimmick, but define your gimmick, define your brand and what it is. So this is the way I approach it. I try to define myself in one sentence. You gotta be able to have something that's like, that is him. Like there's no way around it. That can only be him. For me, it's like, oh, it's that dorky guy with the glasses that looks like McLovin that makes beats outside. That's my thing, that I make beats outside and I look happy while making them. And that shouldn't be your thing, it's my thing. But everybody's got their own. And if you really go on like bigger Instagram pages and people that are successful on Instagram or any other social media, you will be able to define them with one statement. I promise you that. You will find elements that are only theirs and that's their brand. The third point, and it's really important, is respond to every interaction, especially at first, but even later, until it gets like unbearable, do it. Every comment, every single person that like sends you a message, whatever it is, respond to people and talk to them in a genuine way. So if somebody comes to you and even just puts a fire emoji, respond with another emoji, respond with a thank you or whatever, but show them, acknowledge them that you saw it and that you spent the time to respond. And this goes a super long way because those people are going to feel like they're talking to you. They're not going to feel distant from you. It's got so many benefits. So respond to every single interaction that you get on your page. Step number 4, become a part of the community. And this applies both to being the creator of the content and to being a fan of the content. Follow people that are in your community, obviously, and comment on their stuff, like their stuff, be present in the community. Like your name should be kind of like everywhere, you know? If you go on people's comments lists, your name is always there, even with something simple, but it's always there. The more your name is in the community moving around, the more people are going to know who you are. And eventually they're going to start following you. They're going to see one of your posts and they're going to be like, oh, it's that guy that commented on my video a week ago. Let me go check it out. Here you go. Now you probably have a new fan or a new friend. So be a part of the community, both as a creator and as a fan. So support other producers, help them grow, share if they have a new project, share it in your stories or whatever. just build each other up, because that love that you're sending out is gonna for sure come back to you. Step 5, be consistent. And this applies to both quantity and quality. Decide what it is that you want to do and how often you want to do it. For example, for me, for almost a year, for like all of 2018, I was posting one video per week, one performance per week of the ones that I do outside. And that worked out for me. It worked out with my schedule. I was able to fit it in. It wasn't too rushed, and it was just like the right amount of time. Now, because I have more time and I'm dedicating more energy to this, I bumped it up to like 2 or 3. So decide what it is that you can do, make a plan, and then stick to it. So if you decide it's once a week, it's once a week, and do it every week. Don't skip a week. I didn't skip a week for a whole year. I actually haven't skipped a week yet. I've never skipped a week. And I promise you that consistency is going to bring you a lot of value. And also, speaking of consistency, let's talk about quality. You want your videos and your content to be all kind of like at the same level. You don't want one video to be a terrible video inside like a dark room of you doing something like cooking spaghetti, and then the next video is like this beautiful, you're like outside in the snow making a beat, and it's like this beautiful video. You don't want to have that up and down, because it just confuses people. It's just all over the place and people get confused, and eventually they're not as attracted to your content as they were before. So yeah, be consistent with your timing, but also be consistent with your quality. Number 6 is study relevant hashtags. What does this mean? Hashtags, the way they work, I'm sure you already know by now, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Basically, they're keywords that you put with the little hashtag, and what they do is very simple. If somebody searches for that hashtag, let's say hashtag beatmaker, they're going to see top posts in the hashtag, and they're going to see recent posts. So everybody that put a post with hashtag beatmaker in it is going to pop up in the recents. So that is a really great way to get discovered by new fans. You don't know which hashtags to put or anything like that. Go on my profile, go on people that are way bigger than me even. Like, go look at them, look at the tags that they're using, and if your content is similar to theirs, there's no copyright on tags. Take my tags, I don't care. You're going to be like, okay, this one I'm going to take it out, I'm going to replace it with that. Like, over time, you're kind of going to shape your own tags, but, don't be afraid to take them from other people. They're just tags. Do your research, learn which ones are popular in your community, and put them on all your posts. 7, this is a weird, but it's a really important one that at first it helped me tremendously, and it's build relationship with repost pages. When I first started and I saw that I was getting some engagement, I was like, man, there are all these pages that repost beatmakers. Like, there's a ton on Instagram. Do your research on that too, and you'll find plenty. And what these pages do, they are pages with like way more followers than all of us. There are pages that have 100,000 followers. There are pages that have 150,000 followers. And they usually charge you a pretty fair amount. A little tip on this is don't just look at their follower number, but also look at their engagement, because there's a ton of pages that have like 1 billion followers, but then you look at their posts and they have like 1,000 views. And it's like, well, if you're charging me $30 for 1,000 views, not really worth it. So really think about that. Make a list of the ones that you see that have good engagement, that, every post that they make gets a lot of comments and a lot of likes and stuff. And those are probably worth investing into. Number 8, and this applies to everything, I include it in like every video, is like be approachable, be a cool person. If somebody hits you up, respond nicely. Even if they're rude, still respond nicely. If somebody comments something, make sure to respond. Try to avoid creating that feeling of like distance from you and the people that like your stuff. Like, you don't want to be this like mystical entity that nobody knows where it is, and it's impossible to reach, and it's like you can't talk to them, and it's like you don't want to be that. That's the approach that you want to have. So just like, be approachable, be nice, do what you would do in real life. If somebody hits you up, say like, dude, thank you so much, I really appreciate that. Just keep it simple, but be nice. Basically, that's what the point is. I got my little list here so I don't forget. There's only 2 more. Let's do it. Number 9 is one that I have to remind myself all the time. I still remind myself that there's a lot of competition and there's a lot of quality. There's a lot of producers that produce cool ass shit, and you're like, how am I gonna compete with these guys that have a bajillion followers? All their posts get so many views, and like I get 40 views and I have no followers. How am I gonna compete with these posts? Well, you don't have to compete with them. Don't think about it. Try to keep yourself encouraged and try to focus on you. Don't focus on other people. So only look at other pages that are bigger than you, and other people, other producers, or whatever it is that you do. Only look at them to learn. Like, see if they're doing something that you're not doing and you're like, man, I could totally apply that concept to my stuff and maybe that would help me grow. Try not to look at them as like a competition, because ultimately it's not really a competition. Like there's plenty of people on Instagram, there's plenty of like attention span to be shared. So it's not like we're fighting for it. There's no competition. Just like try to learn and do your best and focus on you. Focus on your results. Look at how many likes you're getting and how you can improve that. Don't look at others because they're just going to discourage you and it's going to make you want to stop and it's going to make you feel like crap. Don't compete with others. Just focus on yourself. The last point, but not the least, it's a very lighthearted one, and it's enjoy yourself and enjoy the community. Don't take this stuff too seriously. There's people that get way too focused on like the analytics and they look at all these numbers and they just mess with their heads and they feel like shit and they don't want to do it anymore. And it's just like the whole process is miserable. So this is the way I approach it. I love video games and I kind of see this in the same way. Like getting more followers to me is kind of like leveling up. I get like experience points and I level up and I want to see how far I can take it. By viewing it like that, I really get this like competitive feeling with myself that I'm like, I want to push myself further because I want to grow and I want to get to the next level, right? Like you do in a video game, you want to beat that super hard boss that you haven't been able to beat yet. By doing it this way, I'm able to like have fun with the process, not stress out about it too much. And yeah, just kind of enjoy it and not make it sad and miserable and depressive. Plus, at least from my experience, the Instagram producer community is one of the healthiest communities on the internet as far as music production. I have encountered very little hate, very little like bad people. It's not like Facebook. It's a very healthy environment with people that all want to grow and all want to do good things and better things. So it's a very positive environment. It's a really nice community. So yeah, be part of it and try to have fun with it. That was the last of my 10 tips. I hope these tips helped you. I hope I brought some value to you and I hope you can apply these tips to your page like right away. Or at least some of them. Before you leave, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell. I'm posting consistently. The channel is growing. I'm super happy to see the engagement, to see you guys comment and stuff. So thank you so much. Also, if you want to ask me something privately, if you want to DM me, if you want to like just ask me something, the best place to do it, it's Instagram, which I'm going to put right here. Just write me a DM and as soon as I can, I will respond to you. I promise. Alright, I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you next time and as always, be positive and positive things will happen.